connection between two devices. Okay, suppose if we need to share the data between one PC to other PC, then how exactly we need to share? I just have my old laptop, which I brought around 10 years back, and I brought a new laptop now. Now I want to share the data from my old laptop to the new laptop. Then how can we do that? How can we do that? Sorry, through Wi-Fi, but the data transfer rate will be very slow, right? Yes or no? If suppose if I'm trying to access the internet also through Wi-Fi, it will be somewhat slow. But if I go with a cable or a pen drive, it will be very fast, correct? But if suppose if I'm working on a MNC company and then so the company has provided me a laptop before 6 years back and now they want to replace the new one. Then the data which is there on my old laptop is very important for me. I want to copy that laptop into a new laptop. Then how can I do that? Through a cable. Then what kind of cable you use? Good. So we are using a cable which is called as a patch cable. When you buy a router at your home, D-Link or Netgear router, they provide you a cable, right? Yes or no? That cable we call this as patch cable. Okay. With the help of a patch cable, I can be able to connect from one device to other device. Means from my laptop, I'm connecting to the secondary laptop by using the patch cable, and I can copy the data from one laptop to the other laptop. Is it clear? This is what exactly we call this as a network. But if suppose if I want to share the data between multiple devices, now I got around 5 laptops are there here. I want to share my data with everyone. Then I don't have any Wi-Fi now. I have only LAN connection. Then how we need to share the data? You got my point or not? So I want to share my laptop data towards everyone. Then how can I share the data? By using a device called as a hub or a switch. You can see on the rack, you can see some switches are there, right? So with the help of those devices, we can connect all the laptops to those devices, and we can share the data between one device to other device, which is called as networking. If suppose if I have two branches are there, one is in India, another one is in US, another one is in Australia. I got multiple branches are there. Now I need to share the data between one branch to other branch. Then we call this as WAN, wide area network. But do we require internet to share the data within the LAN? From one laptop to other laptop or one laptop to multiple laptops within the room is not required, correct? So if I need to share the data between one company to other company or one branch to other branch, then we require WAN, which is called as internet. Without internet, we can't be able to communicate. But how exactly internet will send a traffic? Suppose now I'm sending a hi message, hi bro, how are you? Then how the data will be transferred from one place to other place? WAN, so the connection will go through WAN, but how the data will be converted? Now you are trying to access, you are trying to send a message. Hi, how are you? Then in your phone, you are able to see a message. Hi, the text message. But while it is moving from your phone to the Wi-Fi, can you be able to see that data? It's not possible. But how exactly it is converting? So we call this as OSA model, Open System Interconnect. We call this as Open System Interconnect. Is it clear? OSI model. Then what are the things which you are doing in your real time? Everything will comes under OSI model. If I want to send any data, if I want to send a voice note, anything will comes under OSI model only. Let me show you that. Anyone from ECU branch? Okay. OSI model, Open System Interconnect. So basically what exactly happens is, whenever you are sending any message from your phone to your friend phone, how the data is transferring from one phone to other phone. For us, it will not take much more than 1 second or 2 seconds. But while the data is transferring from one place to the place, it goes in all the 7 layers. Application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network, data link layer, and physical layer. Means when I'm using any application, if I want to send a hi message, if I need to send if I want to send a mail, if I want to send a message, the first way to require an application, which is an interface. I need to have an interface to interact with the service. I want to access Gmail server, but how I need to access a Gmail server or Facebook server? by using a browser. Without a browser, can you be able to access gmail.com or facebook.com? It's not possible. Or if you take a mobile, we are having the application itself. Without an application, can you access gmail.com? It's not possible, either by a browser or app. Correct? Among these two, I can use anything. I need to use anyone. Correct? Without that, I can't be able to access any of the server, which will consider application layer of the OSM model. An application is an interface to interact with the service. And what kind of service I'm using? Gmail service, Facebook service, or WhatsApp service. We got many services are there where we are trying to access an application. Is it clear? Which comes under application layer. But apart from this application layer, what exactly we do here is when you access gmail.com or facebook.com, when you try to access gmail.com or facebook.com, you just type gmail.com and enter, correct? Then automatically in front of the gmail.com, we just get HTTP or HTTPS. Then which one is better, HTTP or HTTPS is better? HTTPS is better, but why it is better?
HTTPS means secure protocol.
HTTPS is secure protocol, whereas HTTP uses HTML language, where you can be able to hack easily. Let me show you that also later. So we can be able to hack the websites which are there with HTTP. So because of that, most of the companies in 2011 or 2012, every company has been moved into HTTPS. Is it clear? Okay. So all those things also works on application layer of the OSM model. And the next one is presentation layer. What exactly presentation layer will do? So how exactly I'm sending a data? I'm sending a text format. You should be able to receive on a text format only. If I'm sending a voice note, you should be able to receive on a voice note. Means in which format I'm sending a data, you should be able to receive on same format. In case if you are not receiving on a same format, then can't be able to open that file, right? Yes or no? If suppose if I'm using a WhatsApp latest version and you are using a WhatsApp old version, then you can see some message, someone is typing, then you can't be able to open that message, right? Or if you try to, if you take old phones, in those old phones, we used to get only half message first. Text missing or missing text. Have you seen that anytime? So what exactly happens is the data what you are sending, everything will be divided into segments. Data will not go entirely at the same time. The data packets will be divided into segments. And each segment will have a number which will go to the destination. Is it clear? So this is what exactly data will go. In case if you got any issues in the middle while transporting the data, then you can't be able to receive the full message. Or else if you take, if I'm trying to download any file from the internet, let me show you that. I don't have that file. So when you try to download any file from the internet, a movie or something, then in between, if suppose if you got any network issue, the file will not be downloaded properly. Then you can see a message as unconfirmed. Have you seen it anytime? Unconfirmed or I don't have that file. Unconfirmed message, you should be able to see it. Means the data which we can't be able to open also. Have removed it. So when you try to download any file from the internet, if in case it is done with the 50% or 60%, then after that your internet is gone. Then you can't be able to download the remaining file. Correct? Again, after 1 hour or 2 hours, once your power is back, it cannot. So resume also. Correct? Then I need to start it again. Then what happened to my old file? The file will be there, but you can't be able to open that file. Means if the data is having some issues, if the data is traveling from one place to the place, it is having some issues, then you can't be able to open that file properly. Is it clear? So which is on presentation layer. So basically what exactly we do on the presentation layer is we are having three things here. One is called as encoding and decoding. Encoding and decoding. What is encoding and decoding? converting any form of data into binary. Because if you take any device, if you take a laptop, PC, or mobile, anything, they can't understand our human language, right? We got multiple languages are there like around the world. So they can't be able to understand each and every language. They understand only one language, which is called as binary language, which is machine language. Then what exactly they do is they will convert. So I'm sending a hi message. Then this will be converted into binary language, something like this. Okay. So this is first conversion. On the presentation layer, we are converting, which is encoding on one side. Once the packet has been reached to the destination, it will be decoded. My destination party has received this decoded message, and then it will be encoded again. Is it clear? Like in movies also, you should be able to see. We are encoding the data, we are decoding the data in the movies, correct? So what they are doing is they are converting this binary to actual format. It can be audio format or video format, any format. They're converting from binary to actual format, which is called as encoding and decoding. This is the first thing what we are doing on presentation layer of the OSM model. And then we are having encryption and decryption. Encryption and decryption. Then what is encryption and decryption? So everyone is using a WhatsApp, correct? So then if someone send you a message for the first time, then you can see end-to-end encryption, correct? Then what is that end-to-end encryption? Any idea? End-to-end encryption. Sorry? No? But before 6 to 7 years back, we don't have this option. End-to-end is not there. Data is secured, means the data can be able to view by sender and receiver only. But how exactly it will be converted? What is the encryption methods? So the data means whenever you are typing a password also, it will not show you the password. It will show you as only dot. It will show you only dots on the Facebook website or Gmail website, any website. It will show you only dots, correct? It is encrypting, correct? Am I right or wrong? So, but what exactly the encryption method what we are using on the presentation layer is, we are using MD5 is one of the mechanism which we are using to encrypt the data. Still we can be able to hack it by using a method called as a brute force. Brute force is one of the mechanism to hack it. Okay. And we are having few more, which is called as DES, AES are the two more mechanisms where you can't be able to hack it. If you got any hacker around the world, they can't be able to hack these messages. Is it clear? Until unless you got a culprit at your office only. Okay. So, but over the internet, no one can be able to hack these messages while they're traveling from one place to another place. So DES, AES are SHA. So data encryption system standard, and then advanced encryption standard, and then hashing algorithm, which is hashing algorithm what we are using here. Okay. These are the three algorithms which are best around the world. But still, as I told you, MD5 can be able to hack. And these are the mechanisms what we are using for encrypting on one side. Once the message has been reached to the destination, it will be decrypted. It means a single message is converted into binary, and the binary is encrypted. It goes to the destination. Then once the packet has been reached to the destination, it will be decrypted and then decoded. Is it clear or not? This is what exactly happens on the presentation of the OSM model. So the first two are very important, right? The things what we are using daily, we are using the same thing, correct? And then session layer. So then everyone using a bank account. Then when you try to open a bank account on your laptop with your customer ID and password, then it is having some sort of time. After that, it will be logged out automatically. But how it is logged out? For each and every session, you are having a session timeout. For each and everything, you are having a session timeout will be there. If suppose if I'm idle for some time, my session has to be disconnected. But before, if you take Facebook or Gmail, you used to have the same thing. Sorry. Like if suppose if I'm idle for some time on Gmail account, it will be logged out after some time. Facebook also it is same. But now we have added our device as a trusted device. Whenever you are trying to access a website, Gmail or Facebook in our laptop, we add the device as a trusted device, right? Then it will be never logged out. Am I right or wrong? But if you take a bank account, if you add it as a trusted device, also it will be logged out after 10 minutes. The basic timer for that is 10 minutes. If you idle for 10 minutes on your bank account, automatically it will be logged out. Same like your mobile phone. In case if I'm not using my mobile after 1 minute or 60 seconds or 120 seconds, how much you kept? It will be locked, right? In the same way, which is on the session layer, which is initiating a session and maintaining a session and terminating a session. In simple ways, I can say at what time I started the class, how much time I took the class, and at what time I closed the class. Initiating a session, maintaining a session, and terminating a session. So these also we are using it so daily, right? So we are using application layer, presentation layer, and session layer. Each and everything we are using it, right? And then now next one is transport layer, which is again the heart of the OSI model. But what exactly it does? So everyone is using the internet at their home, correct? And a Wi-Fi router, correct? And when you buy a new router when you buy a new laptop or a new phone, then you just connect your Wi-Fi username and a password, automatically it will be connected. But how exactly it is connected? So, and you will get an IP address also, correct? You will get an IP address to your towards your laptop or your phone. But how exactly IP address? We are not doing anything, right? We are just connecting to your username and a password. But how exactly we are getting an IP address to your laptop or a phone? Any idea? Anyone? We are using a feature which is called as DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. We are using a feature which is called as Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. So where the access point or the router will assign an IP address once you got authenticated properly. Once the authentication is successful, automatically your access point, which is on the ceiling, or your router which you are using at your home, will assign an IP address automatically to your device, the end user device. I can say your laptop, or we take a fridge. Now we got smart fridges, we got smart TVs, everything, right? Once I got authenticated, then automatically those devices also will get it. Is it clear? So this is what exactly we use, which is one of the feature. And then we are having one more feature on the transport layer, which is called as DNS. But what is exactly DNS? Domain naming system or domain name server. So we can, how many of you can remember the phone numbers without saving their numbers? How many numbers you can remember? Maximum 5. But your phone book is having 1000 phone numbers. Can you be able to remember all the phone numbers? It's highly impossible. And what exactly we do is every number will be tagged with a name. I'm right or wrong? Every number will be tagged with a name. In the technical things, we call this as a DNS. If you take your Gmail or Facebook, all these are the names, right? But behind the IP address, but behind the name, we got an IP address. Let me show you that. So I'm trying to use a feature called as a ping. Ping is one of the features to test the connection, whether it's suppose if I'm getting internet or not. If I need to test, just use a command called as ping gmail.com. Then when I try to ping gmail.com, it is resolving into an IP, right? Am I right or wrong? When you click on your name, suppose if I'm trying to put a name called ABC on my phone number, automatically what are the contacts which are there with ABC, I'll get it. Then we'll click on one, automatically the call goes, correct? In the same way, when I click on ping gmail.com, this name has been converted into an IP address, which is called as a mapping, which is DNS. We call this feature as DNS, domain naming service. So we can't be able to remember the IPs. Can you be able to remember this IP for a long time? It's highly impossible, correct? So instead of remembering the IP address, we can easily remember the names. So we are using names. This feature also comes under transport layer. And apart from this DNS and DSCP, we got few more features are there which are very important, which is called as TCP and UDP. Transmission Control Protocol. Another one is User Datagram Protocol. But this also I'll take an example to understand easily. So you know about the WhatsApp using the single tick, correct? And then double tick. I'm right or wrong? And then blue ticks. Then what exactly these are? What do you understand by these ticks? So tick marks. The message I have sent, but the destination was not able to receive my message. Maybe his phone is off or out of reachable. Maybe a network issue, something or the other. When I see a double tick, okay, the message has been delivered, but it did not read my message. But now we got an option to hide the blue ticks also. In case if you don't have that, but if you see a blue tick, then we call this as three-way handshaking. We call this as three-way handshaking. In technical terms, we call this as sync and sync and acknowledgement. Whenever you are trying to access any website, the first I'm sending a sync packet to the Gmail server. Then what exactly Gmail server will do? Gmail will acknowledge to your packet and then it will send a website to you. Is it clear? Then automatically a website will be opened. Once the website is opened, then you will send an acknowledgement. It is same like your sync and double tick, right? Which is very important in the real time. So most of the employees or network engineers or the security engineers will troubleshoot any issue by using the three-way hands. Some of the websites are there like TikTok. TikTok, we can't be able to access from India, right? If you try to open that website from the browser, what exactly happens? Website cannot be reached. But what exactly happening behind that? I'm able to send a sync packet, but the government has blocked the website. So I'm sending a sync, but I'm not getting a sync packet from the server itself because the packet is not moving from India itself, right? Then I can't be able to get a sync or acknowledgement. Is it clear or not? So this is what exactly happens on three-way handshake. In case if I'm sending a sync packet, but I'm not getting a acknowledgement, but it is open from outside of the company, but in my company, the website is not opened. Something like gmail.com. In most of the companies, Gmail will be blocked. Or file shares website, dropbox.com or box.com, some of the websites are there which are blocked. Because the sensitive data of a company will be uploaded into the website and they can sell it on dark web. Is it clear? So then what exactly we do is we'll block the websites. So then they can be able to see only sync packet, they can't be able to see sync packets. Is it clear? All these are the things which works on TCP, transmission control protocol. If you are having a three-way handshaking, which is called as TCP. If I am not getting any three-way handshaking, which is UDP. Simple example, if we take normal text message, but nowadays we are getting a message as seen also in some of the phones. But earlier, 1 year back, have you seen that message? I just sent a text message. I don't know whether the message has been reached by the destination or not. Or if you take the olden days, we used to use postcards or England letters, right? Then when I'm sending a postcard or England letter, I have sent it. I don't know whether it will be reached in 1 month or 2 months or 1 year also sometimes. So where I don't have any acknowledgement, right? The one which are not having any acknowledgement will come under UDP, user datagram protocol. And both are very important in the real time. But how? TCP is accessing a Gmail, Facebook, all these are comes under TCP. Then what we are using for UDP? I guess you know about stock market, right? Stock market. So stock market will be changed for every second, every minute. But how exactly? It means we are getting everything on real time. But how exactly it is working? UDP. Without UDP, you don't have a stock market. You can't be able to get updates instantly. Is it clear? UDP is very important protocol to get the live logs, live updates. For each and everything, we are using only UDP. The connection which is already there, Gmail server is already established from long time. I'm able to access from one or the other time. But if I'm accessing now the stock market web page, after 5 minutes, if suppose if I try to access the same website, everything will be changed because every second, every minute is very important. So then we are using UDP. Is it clear? So these are the things which will comes under transport layer and the network layer. Again, this is also very important. If suppose if I want to send a packet from, if now I am in Kukutpalli housing board, I want to reach to high-tech city. I can have multiple ways are there to reach, right? I can go via from here to the Forum Mall, and from there to I can go high-tech city easily. Or I can go to Musapet. From there I can go to Jubilee Hills, and from there I can go to Madhapur and high-tech city is one of the path. But what exactly we do? We choose the shortest path to reach the destination. Network layer also will do the same thing. So network layer is the one which will use to choose the best path selection. Among all the paths, what is the shortest path to reach the destination will be decided by the network layer of the OSM model. Same like your Google map. in your Google Map also it will show you multiple paths, correct? But what exactly a Google Map will do? It choose the shortest path. So in a Google Map company or in the Google company also, they are using the routers, switches, firewalls and everything to find the best path for the Google Map. Is it clear? So this is what exactly we are using on network layer. And then every device will have a unique address. Your phone also will have a unique address. And what is the unique address? Every phone will have unique address, right? And what is the unique address? In case if I lost my phone, the IMEI number. IMEI number is very important to find a phone. If suppose if I lost my phone, I'll give a complaint to the police station by using IMEI number. But tracking that IMEI number, they can block the phone or they can trace the phone also, correct? But if suppose if I lost my laptop in the office only, I put somewhere, but I forgot. So where exactly I put? So every device also will have a unique number which is called as a MAC address. Media access control. Every device also will have a MAC address and it is also unique address. Every manufacturer, every Dell, HP, every vendor will have a unique address which will have a MAC address which will work on data link layer of the OSM model. So this MAC address will identify the laptop or end user device, any of the devices. Is it clear? And then physical layer of the OSM model. Now we are able to send a message from India to US, Australia, anywhere around the world. But the data is also traveling very fastly. But how it is possible? What kind of technology we are using in the internet? What kind of technology we are using in the internet? And how we are sending this much faster? Any idea? In the LAN, we are using a Wi-Fi, correct? And then when you took your internet connection at your home, then the guy will come to your home, so home, and he will put a cable, correct? Then the data is going through cable. Then what kind of cable he is using? Copper cable. He is using a copper cable from your home till your junction box. Every area will have a junction box, a pole, and then you can see a box over the box at the pole. Have you seen that any time? No. When you got any internet connection issue, then the guy will come to your area but not your home, correct? Then after 10 minutes or 15 minutes, he'll call you, please check the internet connection. But what exactly you do? He will come to your area and then they will have a pole where exactly they put a junction box, which is called a switch. They'll come to the switch, they will check whether the switch is working fine or not. In case some switch is not working, they will replace it and they will put a new switch. Is it clear? Then automatically you will get the internet connection. But in some cases, they will come to your home also. For around the area, everyone is for everyone internet connection is working fine except you. Then it could be an issue with the cable which is laid from your home till the junction box. They will check, so they will come and check in the case also. Okay, till here everything is fine, which is copper cable. Then what kind of cable we are using from India to Australia or US or UK or anywhere around the world? I can't be able to use a copper cable. Sorry. Then what kind of connection we are using from one country to other country? If I wireless. So if suppose now we are in 6th floor here, can you go to first floor and get the same internet connection? AimNxt but how can you send data from India to Australia or anywhere through Wi-Fi? Sorry, wireless. WAN is correct. WAN, but what kind of connection we are using? What kind of cable we are using to send and receive the data? Anyone online? So we are using optical fiber connections, optical fiber cable. The cable can send and receive the data very fastly. Like when we are kids, we used to use a laser light, right? Yes or no? When you turn on the laser light, automatically within fraction of seconds, milliseconds, the beam will be focused on a wall. In the same way, the data also will be traveled from one place to other place, one country to other country, very faster by using optical fiber cable. Is it clear? So the cable uses light rays, which is used for which is used for WAN and MAN also. We got three types of technology. One is called as LAN, MAN, and WAN. Within the building, within the floor, I can say it is called as LAN. Now I got, after 1 year, I started a new branch, something like in Madhapur, AimNxt. Then I need to have a communication between this branch to that branch. Then what I need to do? I can put a cable which is called as MAN, Metropolitan Area Network. Then in those cases also, the distance is more, right? Again, I have to use optical fiber. Now, after 2 years, I started a branch in US, UK, Australia. Then I need to go with WAN. In those cases also, I need to go with optical fiber only. Is it clear? This is the main important thing on OSM model. And what exactly we teach on CCNA is how the data will be traveled from 7th layer to the first layer, and how do you do the troubleshooting in case if you got any issue. If suppose if the network engineer is working on a company, now I got a call from one of my students, the early student from the 3rd batch or 4th batch, he got an issue. You need to find a laptop which is on the LAN. Then I told him, you need to find the MAC address on the switch. With the help of a MAC address, you can be able to find the IP. From the IP address, you can be able to find the device. So all those things will come under only OSM model. Then after this, what exactly we do is we go with the routers. What is exactly a router? How do you configure a router? So a router is a device which will enable the communication between one LAN to other LAN. If I need to have a communication from India to US or India to Australia, I told you that we need to use a cable, and then everyone has told that we are using a WAN. WAN is good, but for sending the packet from one place to other place, we need to use a routing protocol for the best path selection. Without your internet, can you be able to use a Google map? Without internet, can you use a Google map? No, right? Compulsory, I need to have an internet. Then, if I need to have internet, I need to have a router. I need to configure a routing protocol. Then what kind of routing protocols are there? So all those comes under network layer of the OSM model. So routed protocols and routing protocols. Routed, the data will be sent within the LAN is called as routed. From PC to PC, laptop to laptop is called as routed protocols. From one place to other place, it is routing protocols. So in those, what exactly we teach is, we got two types of protocols are there. So one is called as IGP protocols, and the other one is EGP. Like in companies, we used to have IJP, internal job postings, the name. But here we are using IGP. What is IGP? Interior Gateway Protocol. The protocols which will use within the company, within the branch. Like as I told you, AimNxt is having multiple branches around the world. So in this branch, I have routers, switches, firewalls, everything is there. But from one device to another device, I need to have a communication, right? Without a communication, I can't be able to send a packet from switch to the router, a router to the firewall. For that also, we need to use a protocol which is called as IGP, which is Interior Gateway Protocol. And then within the LAN, but I need to send a packet from one branch to other branch. Then we are using Exterior Gateway Protocol. So in this, the examples are what exactly we teach is RAP, TAGRP, and OSPF. These are the three things we teach on IGP. Then what is RAP? So rest in peace. Routing Information Protocol. So, but nowadays we are no longer using this protocol. It has been removed from the Cisco. But I'm teaching this same because they should know about pros and cons, why they have removed it, and why we are using only AGRP and why we are using only OSPF. If they know the differences between these protocols, they can easily answer questions on the interviews. Because of it, I'm taking much time for CCNA to teach all these things. But in CCNA, we are having only one protocol, which is OSPF. And the people who are using Cisco devices, they are using EHRP. And most of the companies are not using Cisco now. Like I can say 40% of the companies are not using Cisco. They are going with only different vendors, Juniper, Alcatel, or Huawei, other routers. Then they are using OSPF. And EHRP will work only on Cisco routers, the one which you are teaching. So, but still, I'm teaching everything. It will work on Cisco routers, and remaining will work on all the vendors. And then on the internet, we call this as internet protocol also. We call this as internet protocol, which is BGP, Border Gateway Protocol. So these are only protocol which are using on the internet. Is it clear? So these are only one protocol which are using on the internet to communicate from one place to other place. We are not using RAP or EHRP or OSPF on the internet. So those are used only within the LAN, within the branch only. In case if I'm having AimNxt, one branch is in, I told you, in Hyderabad, and the other one is in Mumbai, and the other one is in Chennai. Now in Chennai branch, I can use EHRP. In my Hyderabad branch, I can use OSPF. In my Mumbai branch, I can use RIP. But if I need to have a communication between one branch and the branch, I have to go with BGP only. Is it clear? So we'll discuss about all these things on the classes, and then we'll go with how do you configure practically. The students will do practically on the routers and switches also, and I'll give them some tasks also. Like end of the season, they should be able to design a network. It's about they're starting a new branch, and they are the only one network engineer who is working on a company, and they don't have any backup. Then what exactly I do is I'll give him a task like this. This is something like a branch. So the end user, these are the pieces. I have something like 50 to 100 pieces are there on a new branch. Then how they need to connect from one branch to other branch. So this is one branch setup. Then why I'm using these many devices now? In my home, I'm not using all these things, right? Just a single router, dealing router is enough. But why we are using these many routers? Then what's the difference between the connection what we are using at our home, the connection what we are using in the companies? Any idea? Then if you are accessing internet at your home, like the internet is stable for all the time, it varies from time to time. Suppose if I'm accessing internet evening 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, it will be somewhat slow, correct? But if you browse internet after 2 o'clock, 2 a.m., then internet is very faster. But how it is possible? Your site readiness is not at your home, around your area. Why? Because as I told you, they are putting a junction box. Suppose if I take a connection like 100 Mbps connection at my home, I took 100 Mbps, 100 meg, which is 100 Mbps connection at my home. And if you browse internet at evenings 6 o'clock till 12 o'clock, you may get only 40 to 50%. You will not be able to get 100% at any cost. But if you try to browse internet after 2 a.m., you are using only, you brought internet connection only for like 100 meg, but you will get speed as 150 Mbps. Sometimes you may get 200 Mbps also. You may get internet connection as 100 to 150 and 150 to 200 if you browse internet after business hours, something like after 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. you will get the speed like this. You can try if you want. Just you go to the speedtest.net on the Google, then try to find the speed in the peak hours. If you woke up at any time after 2 a.m., then try to browse the internet, this website, then you will find it. Speed will be very huge after 2 a.m. But if I use the same connection in my company, then what exactly happens? It won't work. So if you take Infosys, TCS, these companies will have minimum in a branch, they are having minimum 1,000 employees. And if I took the same connection, I can't be able to use it, right? Then what kind of connection we are using at the companies? We call this type of connection is called as broadband. We call this connection as broadband. Okay. And the connection what we are using in the companies is ILL, Internet Lease Line. We call the connection as Internet Lease Line. This is one of the connection. And for security, they are using one more. MPLS, multi-protocol label switching. From own company to different branches. If I need to have a secure communication between one branch to other branch, I can go with MPLS connection or I can go with ILL. Is it clear? So these are the best connections what we are using in the companies. But before 15 to 20 years back, we used to have one more connection which is called as lease line. But nowadays no one is using this. Why? Because this is more costly and you don't have any internet on that connection also. Like we used to have a branch in Begumpet. We are having a branch. Both are in Begumpet area. One is in Polarity building and the other one is Ruksanaman, Begumpet Stopper Stop. In these two branches, in these two buildings, we used to have two branches, and we took a ILL connection. And they used to charge us around 2 lakhs per month because this connection is only for branch to branch only, and this connection is only to share the data, no internet. then what is the use of this connection? Which is not required, right? Instead of that, most of the companies has been migrated to ILL, Internet Leased Land. We'll have a physical connection as well as internet also. For this, you need to pay around per quarter. You need to pay around 1.5 to 2 lakhs. Depends on the connection what you are taking. If you take Airtel or Tata, you need to pay around 1.5 to 2 lakhs. Depends. This is what exactly we use. So these are the types of connections also we'll teach them. Okay. Any questions? Anything? And then most of them they will do the labs for each and every day. I will give them the tasks, and then the labs also will be there. This is what. So at the end of the day, end of the season, they need to do this practical. So now, but how many types of connections I need to take in my company? Do I need to take only one ISP is enough or two ISPs are enough? In our home broadband connection, we take only one connection. In case my connection is down, we just take hotspot. But in a company, I can't ask my employees, hey guys, internet is down, please use the hotspot. It's not possible, right? Then as a network engineer, they need to provide two connections. I did not put the two connections here. For the practice, I just put only one connection. But in the companies, they took two connections. But what are the ISPs which we are having in the companies? What kind of ISPs we use? We never use ACT. We never use Hathway. We are using Airtel, which is leased line, not broadband. And Tata. So these are the two main ISPs which we are having for entire India. And the third one is Vodafone Jio. So Vodafone and Idea. And the next one is Jio. Jio is not so much established for these enterprise connections. The first primary ISP is Tata, and the second one is Airtel, and the third one is Vodafone. But as a network engineer, which one I need to choose? It is also very important in the company. I used to teach the real-time examples. So suppose if I'm in Hyderabad, then what kind of connection I need to choose? So Airtel is based on which location? Tata is based on which location? Jio is based on which location? Vodafone is based on which location in India? If you take if you take Tata, Vodafone, and Jio, these three are located on Mumbai. The exit point for these three locations is Mumbai. From the Mumbai Ocean, they will send the traffic to entire world. Then for Airtel, the endpoint is Chennai. If suppose the issue which I did in my company is earlier when I'm starting a new branch in 2015, then what exactly happens is we took Tata and Vodafone, but both the exit points are same in Mumbai. Then when Tata is down, Vodafone is also down. When Vodafone is down, Tata is also down. I don't have any backup. It's an issue, right? Then I changed it to Airtel. One is Tata and the other one is Airtel. In case my Tata is down, still I'm having a connectivity with Airtel. This is what exactly we used to teach in the real-time examples. Means what are the examples? Like we got around 1 month or 2 months back, under the ocean, there is a cable issue also was happened. The fiber cut was happened under the ocean, SMW. I used to show them where exactly it got cut. It's not really like in the newspaper or somewhere. I used to show them in the groups. I used to send them and what exactly happened and how they will resolve it. So the network engineer will go to under the ocean, not us. They will have a separate team, Tata, Airtel, and all. The people will go to under the oceans and they will resolve the issues by using submarines. The cables will be laid also under the oceans. You can see here. All the cables will be laid under the oceans only. In case something got issue, the engineer has to go under the ocean and then he has to resolve it. And the pay is also very high, not like ours. They will get minimum 5 to 6 lakhs as a fresher per month. But life is in risk, right? They need to write a bond also initially when they join, but more risky. We should not entertain those jobs for the network engineers. We used to work only on the companies. Okay, is it clear? Any questions or anything for me? And for each and everything, we are having labs. So one day will be theory class and the other day will be the practical class. Any other questions, anyone?
Hi, sir.
Yes, Budai.
Yeah, actually, I had a doubt. what is the type we will learn in the CCNA and CCNP? Like there are plenty, like 4 to 5 more types of CCNA and CCNP are there, right?
We are starting with the CCNA only. Like in CCNA, we are having routing, switching, and then we are having wireless. And then if you are interested, we are teaching Python.
Okay.
Means automation. How exactly we do automation with the Python?
Okay. And
These are
then
the 4 modules. What exactly we teach? And then apart from that, we are adding security.
okay. And what
Yeah.
about the CCNP?
Sorry.
CCNP?
Means in CCNP, what exactly we learn is something like in 10th class, we will learn a max. And if you go to the intermediate, also we'll get the same max, but more advanced, right?
Yes, yes.
In the same way, here also in CCNP, we'll have more advanced features will be there on the same protocols, but more in depth.
Okay.
And if you go to CCIE, we'll have more in depth.
Like whatever we learn in the CCNP, on that based concepts we will learn with the advanced, right?
The base will be on CCNA. But some
Okay.
of the concepts are there which are new to CCNP, which are SD-WAN is one of the things, software defined wide area network, which is virtualization. And then ACI, application centric interface, is one of the things which we are teaching. Means nowadays after lockdown, many companies are moving into SD-WAN. So those are the things which we are teaching here.
We will go with the troubleshoot also, right? Like
Yes,
NAT.
we are compulsory for each and every topic. We are not going entire troubleshooting. What exactly we are doing is, in case once you are done with the topic, in that topic I will teach you what exactly troubleshooting you will get in the
Okay.
interviews or in the exams or in the companies. But from where you will learn is, suppose if you and me are doing the same CCNA, compulsory will do the mistakes for the first time. If suppose if I am doing a mistake, you should rectify my issues. It's like it is also one type of troubleshooting, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
And once we get with the practical only, we will get the issues, right?
Yeah,
And
compulsory you should, for the interviews you should have theory knowledge, and for the interviews for the companies we should have practical knowledge both.
yes, 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 exactly.
But what
And
exactly you can? What exactly I will do is I will teach everything with the practical knowledge. Means from the
okay.
practical only you can learn theory more. Because by
Yeah,
hearting a book is not possible, right? That in intermediate or degree or BTech, you can't be able to remember now, correct? But if you do practically and if you learn from the practical, you cannot forget in your lifetime. Am I right or wrong?
yes, yes, exactly. And
Then we'll
one
do the same thing here.
whatever the troubleshoot that whatever the mainly get the basic issues like in the trouble in the networking, like switches or router troubleshoot, will you guys been suggested in that also, right?
Uh, if suppose the password recovery is there, in case if you forgot the password of the laptop, then you'll do one or the other thing. You'll Google it and you will find it, right? But what exactly I do is I'll prepare. I have a note. Means what are the things which you will get if I'm doing initial configuration of a router. I brought a new router and then I want to do some configuration on the router. Then what are the issues? What are the troubleshooting steps which you will get on the initial configuration? I will teach those after the practical. For each and everything, we'll have a troubleshooting. If I teach
Okay,
everything on the same time, then you can't be able to remember all those things, right?
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Practical by practical, we'll do troubleshooting. Then at the
Yeah.
last, I'll give you some scenarios which you need to do it. And then 100% you will get a troubleshooting in that one because you will do one or the other mistake. Then I will not make you to do it because you can't be able to learn everything in our own mistakes. Whereas everything is right. Then the mistakes which you did will be rectified by the other guy. In case
Yes,
if he is
yes.
not able to resolve, then the third guy. Then if suppose if anyone is not able to find, then I will come and resolve the issues.
Okay.
Then I will teach you what exactly happened. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions, Swadesh? Anyone
That
who are online? Abhi?
Yeah, Uday covered most of the questions I heard.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Abhi.
No problem.
So thank you all for your time. See you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Betsy.